thought I could leave my toddler with my sister, but I shouldn't have. I never imagined I'd feel that kind of dread. The second I closed my front door and left Max with her, something in the pit of my stomach whispered that I was making a huge mistake. I wanted to trust her. She was my older sister, Ellie, and she had always been responsible, or so I thought. Ellie had always been the fun, organized one. She baked cookies from scratch, color-coded our calendars, and could babysit any kid in the neighborhood without breaking a sweat. Max adored her, and I thought it was a safe choice when I had to work late. I left, smiling, assuming the night would go smoothly. But when I returned, Max seemed different. He was quieter, more hesitant. His little smiles didn't reach his eyes, and he clutched his blanket like a lifeline. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe he was just tired. Maybe he was having a bad day. But over the next week, every time Ellie watched him, subtle changes became impossible to ignore. Max developed strange habits. He insisted on certain doors being closed. He flinched at soft touches, and sometimes he whispered things that made no sense to me. One night, I stayed up scrolling through Ellie's social media. Pictures of her babysitting other kids lined her feed, all cheerful smiles and bright toys, but something about them made my stomach twist. I noticed a pattern. All the children were small, thin, wearing similar pastel clothes. Comments praised her patience, her dedication. Everyone seemed oblivious to what I was starting to sense. I started watching her texts too. They weren't overtly alarming, but there were cryptic messages that hinted at rules and routines she imposed on the kids. I tracked her for an afternoon, pretending to run errands, hoping I was just paranoid. But I saw her leading 2 kids into a small storage room at her apartment complex, a room she kept locked from everyone else. When I knocked, she smiled and said it was just for crafts, but her nervous glance didn't match the casual tone. The fear didn't let me sleep. Every time Max came home, I asked him about the day. He couldn't explain why he liked certain toys or refused others, why he wanted to wear the same pajamas every night. I could feel it in my chest. Something was very wrong. I decided to do the one thing I hoped I wouldn't have to do. I snuck into her apartment while she was out. The door to the storage room was unlocked. My hands shook as I pushed it open. Inside were rows of cages, small padded enclosures barely big enough for a child to sit in. Stuffed animals lay scattered across the floor, but the walls were plastered with notes. Quiet, still, obey. A surge of cold panic shot through me as the truth snapped into place. Ellie had been tracking them, studying them, molding them into something obedient, something silent, but for what? My heart slammed against my ribs as my gaze found Max. He sat curled in one of the cages, clutching a stuffed rabbit, his voice barely audible. Mommy, I don't like this. Everything in me screamed to run, to grab him and never look back. But Ellie stepped into the doorway before I could move, her expression unsettlingly calm. You shouldn't be here, she said softly, like she was comforting me. I know you're scared, but you don't understand. Understand what? I cried, my terror sharpening into something vicious. She stepped closer, serene and measured. I'm protecting them. The world isn't safe, not for kids like this. You leave Max alone for a few hours and call it normal. The others, they need structure. They need rules. Her certainty sickened me, but Max's trembling body made the choice for me. I lunged into the room, yanked open his cage, and pulled him out, backing away as adrenaline roared in my ears. For a moment, Ellie just watched, eyes dark, unblinking. Then something in her snapped. No, she hissed, lunging forward, hands outstretched. You can't take him. He needs this. She grabbed my arm with a strength that didn't feel real. Max screamed. I staggered, nearly falling, trying to wrench free as she shoved her weight against us, nails digging into my wrist. Give him back, she shrieked, voice cracking into something feral. I twisted, kicked, fought blindly, clawing at the doorway until I finally tore myself loose. Her fingers scraped across my skin as I bolted into the hall, Max clinging to me, her furious footsteps pounding after us. My heart thundered. Every turn felt like the last before she caught us. Every shadow felt like her hand reaching again. I didn't stop. I couldn't. Not until I hit the outside air, breathless and shaking, dialing the authorities as Ellie's screams echoed from inside the house.